fellas, please read between the lines. She's venting about the mail she was smashing. Everything always comes down. Y'all, that comment section was so gross. These males, like, no one said anything about smashing. No one said anything about sex. No one said anything about anything like that. And it's like the first place so many of them go to. No one said anything about porn. So that's all they think about. They can't think or reason beyond that. And then the one thing that they held on to for dear life, she said layman's term. That's not even how you pronounce it. It's layman's term. That's not even how you pronounce it. It's not layman's term. It's layman's term. So they were holding on to me mispronouncing that. They were holding on to that for dear life, y'all, because they had nothing else. I was like, what is wrong with what is wrong with the male species, y'all? Hairline is literally receding all the way back. His hairline is literally running away from the rest of his face. His hairline is literally running away from the rest of his face, but he still has the audacity to sit here worried about what women are talking about. Probably because he's gay, y'all. So I keep telling you, these males are gay. So he's not worried about the fact that his hairline is literally running away from his face. He's not worried about those giant, thick glasses that he has to wear because he's probably blind. Clearly blind, clearly can't see. That's probably why he listed me as a dating guru. And I don't do nothing about I don't encourage women to date. That's not what I do here. Right? He's over here, sitting here, picking his nose. Y'all, what is going on? What is going on? So I ended up on this psycho's algorithm somehow, or he searched for me, because he admits it in the video, is that he literally searched for me and then got into my channel, got into my space solely to be a misogynist and make a misogynistic video and build off of me, right? So it's totally insane. I don't even know how this caliber of a male ended up on my channel. I don't know how. Look at this dude, like y'all. I don't know how he ended up here. How did you end up here, sir? Like, so I went on his channel and I actually saw the video, the stupidity of a commentary that he's giving, all while digging and picking in his nose, and sounding epically ridiculous and idiotic. Everything he said just sounded so stupid. And then he went on Google and typed in, what are the benefits of video gaming? Meanwhile, all of the males out here are getting addicted to video games. And he's talking about what are the benefits. What are the benefits of video gaming for males? They probably don't outweigh the fact that all your males are getting addicted to it and are completely useless to society, literally. But either way, I don't really care if they keep playing the video games. That's the thing. And then he labels me, y'all. He labels me as a coaching guru. I guess to just make it more dramatic, right? He puts in his title, in the title of the video, that I'm a coaching. So this is the male trying to justify his own existence because, they have contributed nothing to society. They have no legacy. They have nothing. So when you push back on them, when you show them the truth, then they start trying to pull idiotic things out. Oh, but I'm married and I have kids. What is that doing for society? That does nothing. You've literally done nothing for society, and now you're trying to use children and women as a cover-up for the emptiness that your life is and will continue to be, because you're a loser, right? So these males. Hola, mis amores, ¿cómo están? Hi, my loves. How are you doing today? So I'm back with another video, podcast, vodcast. I usually take my time to kind of look into the topic, do some research before posting the next vodcast, but this one just kind of fell on my lap, y'all. It literally just fell on my lap. So I'm out here, relaxing, doing my own thing. We stay in our own spaces. And then I start seeing a bunch of males on my channel. And I start wondering, where are all these males coming from? Like, how are they getting here? Like, who are these people and why are they here? Especially because my content does not service any type of male. It does not help or speak to males specifically or in particular. So where are these males coming from? And all I had to do was like ask one of the males, like, hey, where are you guys coming from? Like, why are you guys even here? What are you doing here? Right? And I got the response of where they're coming from. So it turns out this male on my screen right now made a YouTube video about me. And he has how many followers? Like, he has like 800 and something K subscribers, I guess. But I took a look at his profile, and the way that he built his subscribership is by literally berating women, trash talking women, and running them into the ground. So he's like the next wannabe Kevin Samuels, I guess, right? Like, literally, if you go through his channel, it's nothing but video after video after video, berating and talking down on women and insulting women. And so that's how he built his space. Like, he's part of the manosphere. So for some reason, they don't go to the podcasts. I guess it's maybe too intense for them on the podcasts, but they'll come to the lives because the lives are newer. I just started doing them like maybe a few months ago. So it's easier for them to like leave nonsense comments on there on the lives. So they'll go to the lives. And especially because they have no backbone, right? So they'll go to the lives. And so this guy left a comment under a fake account or fake profile, and I roasted him because the comment he left was so dumb. And I already knew, like, so I covered that in my last video gaming video. It was about video gaming, which we're about to have to cover a lot more now, y'all. Like, definitely, because it has them so triggered. We got them. This is just another proof, y'all. Like, I had to make this podcast, even though I don't even have my mic here. I don't have like any of my stuff here because I'm traveling. I just had to make this because it's yet another proof of how degenerate these males are. You know what I mean? Like, they build on the backs of women. They don't have anything innovative. They don't have anything to really add to the conversation except for berating women. And then when we start talking about their behavior, all of a sudden there's a problem. So he has me like plastered and he's getting views off of me. And I guess he feels like he can do this because he feels like it's easy to bully smaller platforms, I guess. So it looks to me like that's what he goes around doing, is just trying to find smaller platforms to bully and make content out of. So this is a degenerate individual, right? Like, complete degenerate. And he's over here picking his nose. But what I wanted to do was I wanted to actually like pick some of the comments out so that we can take a look at some of these comments, because a lot of the comments, I was in the comments for a little bit as well, because I wanted to test out, I wanted to see just how deep like the hate of males actually goes. Like, I wanted to see like how much hate do these males actually have towards women. I wanted to see how much and how deep the misogyny actually goes. So I went in there and I would post certain things in the response in the comments. And I did this for quite a little while. Like, I would just respond to some of the comments and I would post certain things to see if it would cause any of the male, like what their response would be, right? And when I tell you, y'all, These males cannot be saved. They're just filled with so much hate. There's no saving them. They're just degenerate through and through. Even the ones that are married, there's married males on here. This is why I tell y'all to not get married, because they're faking it. They're liars. You don't even know who you're actually married to. There are males that are married on here talking this way about women. You don't even know the caliber of a literal demon or animal that you're married to, y'all. This is why I say don't do it. Don't do it. They'll say it, once they get triggered enough. I had some of them say, no, I've been married for 17 years. I've been married for this and this years. And meanwhile, this is the channel that they're on, berating and talking down on women, and then expecting that women won't start forming their own groups and analyzing their behavior in return. It's totally insane. It's bonkers, y'all. So it changed nothing. Like, the males just kind of kept getting more and more degenerate, and I just saw with my own eyes yet again, like, how they just really cannot be helped. Like, these males can't be helped. They can't be saved. If you tell them, like, hey, the video games is not affecting you in a positive way, you should probably stop playing it, they just start insulting you. Literally, for telling them the truth, for telling them the data that's already out there. And then they start justifying the behavior. They start justifying why they have to play video games and blah, 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 to someone that actually doesn't really even care. Anyways, y'all, totally crazy, totally insane. One of the most craziest experiences was seeing the women on here too. They were so desperate for male validation that they were on here sounding totally insane, idiotic, and ridiculous. One of them even started getting attacked by by the same males that she was trying to defend, y'all. Like, she literally started getting attacked by that same male. Like, I was like, what is going on here? So one of the comments said, I was married for 15 years to a high value man. And this came from a woman that posted this, right? But she was drowned. Like, her comment was completely drowned by all the very much more hateful males. And when I tell you, these males are hateful, y'all, you cannot compete with the level of hate that these males have. I mean, this guy has like 800 and something K subscribers. He wants to be Kevin Samuels really, really badly, looking like who did it and why. So this woman posted this and she was drowned out, right? But this is further proof of what we talk about here. This woman says, I was married for 15 years to a high value male who made a dent in our couch from playing video games. I can understand after work decompressing and playing with his game, but I would come home at 11:30 p.m. after a 10-hour shift to cook dinner for him and our daughter. I was happy to do it because I thought he had a long day too. After a while, it gets to be too much for one person. I had to not only do all the cooking, cleaning, and give the baby a bath after work while he just sat there year after year. I thought at least he's home and not cheating. Well, yeah, right. He was cheating every chance he got. A famous philosopher by the name of Kant once said, give a man everything he wants, and at the moment, everything is not everything. And at that moment, everything is not everything. I don't know how this lady ended up on this algorithm either. Keeping that in mind, right? So let's take a look here at some of the other comments, right? From the males. I'm telling you, these are the types of comments that are on there. All of this for video games. For video games. When have you seen males defend a woman like this? Keep that in mind. When have you ever seen any of them defend a woman like this? When Kevin Samuels and Andrew Tate and all of them were berating women for literal years and decades before women started forming their own groups online, right? when did any of them stand up for a woman like they're standing up for these video games? I want to like drill that in as to what society has had us calling protectors and providers. This is what they want us to think. This is who they want us to think are protectors and providers, y'all. So this comment says, we play video games for the same reason she wears makeup, a little escape from reality. Wah, wah, wah. So they'll come in anything and everything. So they'll attack your makeup. They'll attack all for video games. All for telling them to their face, like, hey, you shouldn't play video games. It's literally making you dumber. You should find more productive things to do with your life. Wah, wah, wah. So this guy says, men who play video games are so lame. Also women. I'm going to be on TikTok and Instagram 24/7. So they can't deflect. They can't take accountability. Every time they get called out for something, they bring up a woman. Every time they get called out for something, or you tell them like, hey, this is what the data is saying. You know what I mean? Like, you might want to look at those gaming habits because this is what the data is saying. Like, if you spend more than this amount of time with the games and stuff, like, you're not doing yourself any favors, especially because women are fundamentally different from males. You tell them that, they just, all they do is start insulting you. Then they start bringing up women. Then they start bringing up this. Then they start bringing up that. Right? Now, there's the women that were in the comments, right? So this one says, this girl is so crazy dumb. Video games help sharpen the mind and help with reaction time, critical decision making, and prepping for the real world scenarios. Please watch my favorite movie in 2023, New Gran Turismo, the story of whoever that is. So you have women like these who literally hate themselves saying this type of thing in the manosphere, in the middle of the male's space. Saying video games help sharpen the mind and help with reaction time. Meanwhile, there's literally a male loneliness epidemic that they keep chanting and crying about because the males continue to get more and more addicted to the video games. This is what you get when you deal with Pick Misha, a bunch of brainless males. She's not the only one. There were several other women in there too, right in there within the manosphere, y'all. Right in there. And then they wonder why the birth rates are plummeting. This same women wonder why the other women don't want their males. They don't want your males. Now they're wondering why the dating numbers are plummeting. The women are saying no. The women don't want to no longer give birth or have children in this environment. Because this is the caliber of women that's sitting here raising the next generation. A woman that doesn't even care enough about the same males that she's trying to get validation from to tell them the truth. To tell them like, hey, you need to watch your habits and stop playing these video games. They're not in your best. And she doesn't even care enough about them to tell them the truth. This is how they destroy themselves. Right? So there's even more. There's so many. I just picked some of them, right? So this woman says, as a woman who plays video games, do not listen to these MF tomfoolery. There's a lot of women that are like this, y'all. This is what they're like. This is what they're like. This is why you can't really have female friendships, because most women, this is what they think like. They think like males. They literally think like males, and they chase and they're desperate for validation from said males. right? It's expected from the males, right? The males say, I swear for buttermilk Kamala supporters are different types of idiot. Blah, blah, blah. From this guy with literally a, what is that, a rag on top of his head, wearing a Naruto shirt. Y'all, I can't. These losers. I think they've always been this way. We've just started to see it. Degenerate by nature. So this guy says, I think she meant porn, not video games. Sir, who's talking about porn? Ma'am, I don't even know if this is a sir, a ma'am. I don't know anymore, y'all, because there were so many of them. So many of these women that hate themselves in these comment sections. Fighting for males over video games, y'all. It's like, it's totally insane. So that's why I'm saying, like, I don't really understand the complaining that the males do. There's more than enough pick-me-shas out there. So what are you still complaining about? You see all these women saying that they would let you play video games. So what are you complaining about? What are you whining about? As a casual gamer myself, I will enjoy my time with my gamer boyfriend. Thank you. Look at this. Complete moron. And we will never hear how it ends for these airheads. We'll never hear it. So they got really, really triggered by my video. It's getting this guy a ton of views. You know what I'm saying? But it's like they picked the video that was actually not even. They didn't pick from the podcast. It's not even intense, and they're already whining. They're already crying. They're already freaking out and crying foul play. And their leader here, literally, he referenced Kevin Samuels, and he literally referenced Elon Musk, two of the worst males in human history. Like, literally two of the worst caliber of males in human history. Talking about Elon Musk games. No, Elon Musk does not game, sir. He does not game. He literally hired someone to do that for him and recorded it and said that he was the one doing it. Look, that's old news. Everyone has been talking about that already. And this Neanderthal didn't even know that. Anyways, y'all, I might make a part 2 when I get settled back in, but I really wanted to make sure to cover this because it's totally insane. I never would have expected to end up in the manosphere. But it's because this Neanderthal came into my channel acting like underneath a fake profile, and I tore him to shreds in my response about video game. And I tore him to shreds because it was a stupid comment. So he got all upset in his feelings and decided to put me on his platform. Drop it in the comments below, whatever it is that your thoughts are. Don't forget to like, smash the subscribe, and smash the bell so you get a notification every time a podcast comes out. Okay. Love you so much, and see you in the next one. Bye.